Hi, I'm Abby.
And I'm Allison.
And today we're going to teach you how to heat an Erlenmeyer flask with a cool flame and a hot flame. Alright, so the first thing that we want to do is make sure that
You're wearing all your safety wear.
Make sure you're wearing long pants, closed-toed shoes, an apron, goggles. Make sure your hair is pulled back, nothing that could be in the way.
Or dangling.
Also, make sure that in your lab instructions, because we're going to be heating with a cool and hot flame, you should make sure that the whatever substance you're going to be heating is not flammable. Because if it's flammable, you should not be heating it with a flame. Now, we're using water today, so we shouldn't have any problems with that out. What we'll need today is a iron ring, we'll need wire gauze, we'll need a Bunsen burner, we'll need an Erlenmeyer flask,
Flasks, tongs, and then a glass stirring rod.
So first we're going to heat with a cool flame. Now, this is a Bunsen burner. Hopefully you should know how to use one, but this right here controls the amount of gas that comes in, and this right here controls the amount of oxygen that comes in. Because we want a cool flame, that is a non-luminous flame. So we need to have lots of oxygen.
So first, again, we're going to turn on our gas to make sure that it's parallel. And then we're going to light it. Now we're going to...
What we're doing is we're going to be decreasing the amount of gas that is allowed to the Bunsen burner to make it a cool flame from a hot flame. As you can see, now 2 shades of blue are turning into 1 shade of blue.
And then we're going to change our gas valve to make the flame a little bit smaller.
Alright, so now, notice how our Erlenmeyer flask is
Attached to Flasks tongs. And it is filled only less than 1/4 full.
Yes. We need to make sure less than 1/4 full of whatever substance you will be heating.
Now we're going, as you can see, we're using Flasks tongs because we don't want to directly touch it. We're just going to put it over the tip of the flame, and then we're going to swirl it in and out.
And you would just continue like this, swirling in and out constantly until, again, you get to your instructed temperature. And because this is just a demonstration, we're going to turn off now to save.
So we'll turn off the gas.
Whenever you get it heated to the whatever directed temperature, when you set it back down to cool it, you need to make sure to put it onto wire gauze and not directly onto the table. Because although turn the gas off, although we only used a little bit of heat, so it wouldn't be very hot. Now, if you're going to be heating it in the lab, it could get extremely hot and could damage the countertops. Another thing to make sure, as you saw, when we put our flask down and started talking to you, we turned the gas off because gas is expensive and it's a fire hazard. So,
Turn it off.
Turn it off. Okay. Next, we're going to show you how to heat with a hot flame. With a hot flame, we're going to use this right here.
This is a support ring. You're going to put the wire gauze over.
We already have it on here, but on top of this. And another thing that we're going to do is, you see this? This is a glass stirring rod. We're going to put this into our flask. And when we put our flask on the iron ring,
the top of the flame needs to be directly under the stirring rods.
So we're going to position this now and then move the ring out of the way to light the flame. So is that about right? Okay, so I'm going to turn this out of the way so that we can light the flame.
Alright, so you're going to turn your gas valve so it's directly parallel to your cord.
And because we need a cool flame, a hot flame for this, we want it to be luminous and we want to be able to see 2 different colors of blue. So let me light it. As you can see here, there's 2 distinct layers of blue.
You've got a darker blue and a lighter blue.
So this is the kind of flame we need. Now let me turn our ring. Very hot, as you can see. This is why we're not holding.
And have a wire gauze.
Okay,
So we're going to position the flask so that the stirring rod
see right here.
is directly above the Bunsen burner flame.
So I think this is pretty good. And for the experiment that you'll be doing, you would just leave it here until it gets to whatever your intended temperature. But for our purposes, we're just doing a demonstration, so we're going to stop now. To show you one other procedure, when you take the flask off of the burner,
Make sure you leave it on a wire gauze because you don't want to put it directly onto the table as it will cause some damage.
so thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. That was how to heat a flask over a cool flame and a hot flame.
I hope you have fun in the lab. Of the Bunsen burner. Okay, so I'm going to take this down and